Other pull factors, excuse me, push factors include economic distress. So, for example, if your country cannot afford for you to get a job or cannot provide a job for you in its current economy, you may want to leave. And so that those are the push reasons. Some of the push reasons that why people would choose to leave their native lands. Pull factors are why people actually go to specific places that they would go. So I'll just give my family history as an example. The reason why we came to the United States versus, let's say, Canada or sometimes Brazil is a popular place for people to immigrate to, like South America, is because I actually have an uncle. I had an uncle that lived here in the United States, and he was able to sponsor us. That might be also part of your family history. Maybe you had an aunt or an uncle or somebody that was able to sponsor you and your parents to come over. And that makes actually the process a lot easier according to immigration laws if you actually have somebody to sponsor you. Some other people get very lucky and they have business or economic opportunities. For example, like there's a company that want to hire you or will provide some sort of employment for you. Sometimes you go to a particular country because of a scholarship. So, for example, my uncle came to the United States because I believe he went to like University of Pennsylvania or something like that, somewhere in the East Coast, where he was offered a scholarship to do his PhD in business. And so I believe it's business administration. I'm not quite sure. And so that was a reason why he came to the United States versus, let's say, Canada or some other European country or something like that. There is also a possibility of social mobility, meaning that you may go to a place that you feel like you can socially climb. I know that's very weird to talk to that about with American school children because we're so used to it. We're so used to the fact that you can climb or fall according to your circumstances and how hard you work and so on and so forth, and sometimes just dumb luck. Um, as far as how you're viewed socially in our country, but that's not the case in most countries. Usually, you are pretty much born into the social class that you're in, and you're pretty much stuck there, regardless of how much money you make. And sometimes that's not even possible to be able to make more money than what your social class needs. So that's just something that's entirely American, and I would venture to say one of the main reasons why people want to come here to the United States. So how does that all implement into United States history? Well, when the Irish people came to United States, they needed places to live. And when you look on a map, where are they landing? Well, they landed on the East Coast, because that would be the easiest way, passage-wise, from a ship and so on and so forth overseas. But as you may recall, the East Coast is extremely, extremely populated. And so because they couldn't really find a place of their own, and because they face so many discrimination as immigrants. I know that's kind of weird to think about right now because we don't look at someone who's Irish American as an immigrant because, well, they've been here for over a long time, since the 1800s. But back then, the people who were there in the East Coast did not like these foreigners taking their jobs, and was happy to do very hard jobs for very low pay because, well, they didn't have much of a choice. And so what some of these Irish immigrants would do is they would try to move west. At that time, the United States was trying to expand to the west, and there was a lot of opportunity for people to do so. What they would do is they needed people, the United States government needed people to settle these lands so that they could actually claim it as their own, despite the fact that Native Americans were already living there, but that's a whole nother lecture for another day. And so I want to show you how that was done, like this land claiming process, I guess you can say. It's extremely Hollywood, but I think you get the point. I think you get the point of the excitement and what people are doing, and I'm really excited for you to see the scene because I think it's super, super fun. Just to let you know, if you do end up watching this movie for extra credit, this scene actually does not come on until almost toward the very end of the film, so it doesn't ruin anything, don't worry about that, but I just thought that this was a really good clip, so let's go ahead and watch it. Okay, so you'll see all these people on horsebacks and wagons. There's Tom Cruise. There's his ex-wife, Nicole Kidman. And they're just gunning for it. They have to get to a place where they want to, claim their stake. And there's all these people taking pictures because it's a momentous event.
Your wish is quite.
I love that scene. As you can imagine, there's no local source. It's not like you can go to the local market or Walmart or wherever it is to get your stuff. So you have to haul all your materials with you. Well, Tom Cruise doesn't, his character doesn't have anything. So he has what he's got on his knapsack with his, look at that part just cracks me up, the unicycle. Anyway, and so he doesn't have a lot of stuff, as you can see. Notice that these men have flags with them. Some of them are actually holding those flags. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Because those flags have usually like some sort of number attached to them or something that identifies that flag to be theirs. Notice that these people are honing down and chopping down their stake, if you will. Like this, they're claiming that land to be theirs. No idea what they just shot there, but that looks scary.
Protectors, Daniel! Here they come!
Stand by, partner, and pretend you're out of breath.
Pretend? My heart's up here in my nose.
My God, Nora! Oh, this is thrilling! Nora! No, Nora! No!
And that's how you claim your land. And as you can imagine, you want to claim land that's really close to water, as you saw with those people. And so that was really smart on their part. They were able to claim land right next to a stream. This pretty much concludes our lecture, and I really hope that you enjoyed all of that stuff. All these worksheets, all the worksheets are the one that you actually have to do. That's mandatory. That's not optional. Will be due on Monday, January 7th, the same day as your test, and we will be collecting it right before the test. And please don't forget to study for your Asian map questions. That's really super important. I also just want to remind you that this PowerPoint will also be uploaded with all the videos for your added convenience, and I really hope you guys will enjoy that. Just don't forget that the extra credit is due on Sunday, I believe 6 o'clock, which is like January 6th, I think it is, right? On Turnitin.com. And I will have different portals for the different movies. So look out for that. Please don't, put in the wrong worksheet for the wrong movie and so on and so forth. Okay, I hope you guys have a really great break, and I will see you guys on Monday.